Rockford's home for classic rock, 96.7 The Eagle. Good morning. It's Double T, a very special guest joining me, play-by-play announcer, the voice of the Chicago Bears, Jeff Joniak. Jeff, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you? How's your summer going? You all good?
It's all good. Just getting excited for some Bears football.
Yeah, there's an internal clock in us veteran announcers out there, or guys who cover football. The clock starts to tick, and it's time to head to training camp. So just got back from a long vacation and ready to rock. And it is exciting. I went on record earlier this year saying that this is probably the most interesting off-season anticipation leading into this season as I've had in a long time in my 23 years, 27 overall with the team. And it's because you don't know what's going to happen. This is a young team with a bright young star at quarterback who's continuing to develop, and it really hinges on his development, how far this team will go, and that, of course, is Justin Fields. So just a lot of movement, obviously, subtractions, additions to the roster that are intriguing and exciting. Never a complete journey, and that's true for all 32 NFL teams, but after last season's 3 wins, you know that there's major improvement expected here in 2023.
Yeah, you talk about all the moves and everything the Bears have done during the offseason. It's been a long time since the fans have been excited, and so we were so excited about it being Bear fans here, and so we have a very special announcement. Care to share it with us?
Exactly right. The new radio home here in Rockford is 96.7. And we are going to be bringing the games to you all season long. My broadcast partner, Tom Thayer, of course, and Jason McKee, our new sideline reporter this year. So exciting news for our Rockford area football fans, and specifically Chicago Bears fans. So we're really excited to grow this radio network and the Bears Radio Network in concert with Good Karma Brands and ESPN 1000, the flagship in Chicago. So we are very excited to join you, and hopefully you'll welcome us with open arms.
Oh, definitely. Like I said, we're huge Bear fans here, and you talked about Tom Thayer and Jason McKee. What is it like to have those guys along with you, and what does it mean to the broadcast?
Oh, my gosh. Continuity is always king when you have a broadcast partner like Tom, and I have worked together for all these years, almost 3 decades. It's a lifetime in our business, as you know, and it's just, he's my best friend, and it's like clockwork every game. It just fits like a glove. Bringing on Jason, someone who played for the team and will be beginning his new career. He's also a high school football coach in the Chicago area at Carmel and Mundelein, so brings a lot of interesting perspective from now a coaching perspective, but also as a former offensive player for the Bears on a really good football team, and kept himself active in this area and associated with the Bears family. So we're excited about it. It brings another new voice into the mix, and the excitement from Good Karma Brands and just all the affiliate additions has really made us excited too, because that's always important to have people fired up about the brand and about bringing it coming into life, and hopefully it's going to be a winning season, that's for sure.
As a longtime season ticket holder, I'm one of those guys. I bring my headphones to the game and listen to the radio broadcast while I'm there. And away games, I turn down the sound of the TV and I turn up the radio. But for people that haven't had a chance to listen to your broadcast, what could they expect this season and look forward to?
Well, anybody who knows me knows I bring the thunder, buddy. I bring the thunder. I love the excitement of the game, and even if it's not a good day for the Bears, which you're going to know when you hear it on the air, I value it all. Every single play is the next great play potentially in NFL history. So you have to respect that. You respect the game itself, and we are charting history of the sport. NFL Films brings the pictures, and they use the local radio announcers in all 32 cities to bring it to life. And heard that from the lips of the great Hall of Famer Steve Sable on that very topic. So it's high energy, it's raw enthusiasm, it's organic, just like Chicago Bears fans enjoy it. They're a passionate fan base, and that's what we try and deliver. Everybody talks about the game every week, break it down 6 different ways, 6 different days, and we hope to bring you something a little different on Sundays, things we picked up over the course of the week, and just we look forward to it. We look forward to having as many Bear fans listening as possible.
I'm talking to Jeff Joniak, the voice of the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears are now at home at 96.7, the Eagle here in Rockford. And you talk about, you bring it, and one of my favorite calls, and you got tons of them, but one of my favorite calls of all time is got to be, Devin Hester, you are ridiculous.
Yep.
Where did that come from?
Oh, my gosh. Well, I say that often about a lot of things, so it just came out in St. Louis in 2006, his rookie season, and it was his second return touchdown in that game, and what was just an incredible run. No one had ever done what he had done that quickly, that impactfully, and really started it all in Green Bay in his first NFL game, and it just kind of set the tone for the whole season and became a Super Bowl season. So it's just something that I typically use. Sometimes with some profanity involved, but thankfully not in that case. But it was just actually a raw reaction to a stunning superstar that we saw developing before our eyes. And I didn't think anything of it, but I went downstairs after the game to catch a team bus to get home, and Mike Mulligan, who was the writer at that time in the Chicago area, stopped me. He says, "Oh, man, your call is unbelievable." And I didn't think anything of it. Next morning, it's everywhere, and it just took on a life of its own. But, yeah, to the point that there was a time many years ago that Miller wanted to do a TV commercial and use that term, and it wouldn't get cleared by the NFL because Devin would have received royalties for it, not me, because he was so identified with that term, and to this day, that's the case.
You know, you look ahead at the season, I'm sure you have a couple of games circled that you're looking forward to. What are those ones this year?
Well, the opener is massive. It's the new day dawning in Green Bay, and the Bears have to slay that monster once and for all, right? So I will not take that game, if I'm a Bears fan, for granted, just because a certain Aaron Rodgers is no longer a part of that mix. That quarterback's been behind the scenes learning things from a future Hall of Famer. So I certainly don't expect Jordan Love to have a Hall of Fame season, but I'm not going to fall asleep on him, that's for sure. They got a really strong running game. They got a veteran coach, and they got 9 first-round picks on defense. So that's a team that still has my attention. So the opener is going to be big for this administration. It's year 2 for this franchise with Matt Eberflus, and they set the tone last season of what they want to be, and now they got to learn how to win, and that's a great place to start. That game in Kansas City in Week 3 is going to be a lot of fun. It's the Super Bowl champions, of course, and Patrick Mahomes, and that place over there is one of the most entertaining venues to call a game. The energy that the Chiefs fans bring will make it interesting, and there will be a lot of Bears fans buying up tickets to go to that game as well. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I start right there and then let the season play out. It'll be interesting how they start because the schedule sets up nicely. They're going to play a lot of home games at the end of the year and what maybe will be some bad weather. So you got to be a bad weather team and own it here in Chicago.
Definitely. Any players, obviously we're all looking forward to Justin Fields. Anybody else that you're really excited to see this season?
Well, DJ Moore, obviously an impact receiver, depending on what your flavor is. He's highly regarded, got to be a top 15 receiver in the NFL. He had 4 1,000-yard seasons in Carolina and a rotating quarterbacks over the course of his career. So I know those two have worked closely together, and I've personally witnessed some unbelievable plays. Obviously, without pads, just their connection brewing, and that's critical, that veteran leadership in the room will help Justin significantly at that receiver position. But a new offensive line, some new additions. Darnell Wright, obviously a right tackle, and the more I pour into his background and his tape from college, he is a nasty blocker. So I'm excited about him. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds kind of taking the ball and run with it as a leader on that team. His team was short on some alpha-type players, and I think he'll be one of those guys, a middle linebacker, a 6'5" middle linebacker, is going to bring a lot of Brian Urlacher comparisons. 2 totally different players, but in terms of his wingspan and his ability to drop on that defense and make plays and have the range to do so, I think will be quite disruptive for opposing offenses. So we'll start there. Again, it's not a complete and finished roster by any means, but expecting significant growth here in 2023.
Well, we're very excited to be your teammate this year. 96.7 The Eagle, the home in Rockford of the Chicago Bears. Jeff Joniak, the voice of the Chicago Bears. Anywhere online people could find info about the broadcast or the Bears or yourself?
Always on my Twitter handle, which I don't post a lot. I'm not a big social media guy, but check it out at Jeff Joniak. You'll be able to check out what's going on with the team. And the Bears Radio Network, it's big, it's growing, and we're very pleased to have 96.7 The Eagle Rockford aboard here in 2023 and beyond. Let's have a long-lasting relationship. What do you say?
Sounds great to me, Jeff. It was a pleasure talking to you in person after listening to you all these years. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
My pleasure. Let's do it again sometime.
Definitely. Rockford's home for Classic Rock, 96.7 The Eagle.
Hey, everybody. It's Jeff Joniak, voice of the Chicago Bears. Be sure to join me, Tom Thayer, and sideline reporter Jason McKee here in 2023 and beyond on 96.7 The Eagle, home of the Bears in Rockford.